Start with Keith Smith.
Brad, how big was the lift Dennis Cantor gave you in the first half when he got in the game?
Yeah, it just kind of kept us at bay. We were struggling. They hit some really tough shots. Robinson was going nuts. Cantor's, points there in the paint I thought really helped. Kind of helped steady us and give us a chance at halftime, only being down 7.
Question in person, Gary Washburn.
Brad, you were recorded as saying kind of that's the best Celtic you've seen you guys play in a while, that second half, that third quarter.
What was that?
You were recorded in the –
Yeah, I hate those things.
Yeah, I know, Brad. What happened in the third quarter? What turned it around?
I just think it's I thought we played with great tenacity defensively, and our offense followed suit. But they're very hard. It's easy for me to sit up here and say to, be at our very best and get stops on every possession. I mean, this is a heck of an offensive team, a heck of a well-coached team, and hard to guard.
Tim Bontemps.
Brad, it seemed like you guys made a concerted effort in the second half to get to the rim and try to attack the paint more. Is that anything you guys talked about at halftime in terms of trying to be more aggressive instead of settling?
What's today's date, Tim? 9/25 or 26?
Yep.
I think our first practice was on 9/26, 2019. So we've been talking about it since then.
Dan Wyke.
Oh, sorry. Apologize for that. Where's Jay King to fix this?
Yeah. Jay, do you have a question tonight?
Fred, I think there's so much stuff out in the real world, and home has such a magnetism for people. What is it about competition that can take a team and just make them refuse to back down?
I mean, we're prideful. We want to do well. The 4 teams that are here are really good. They've had great years. They're also in the arena and on the stage where everybody's going to be talking about them and try to dissect them and break them down and all that stuff. So our deal was to come out and play, come out and compete, give it our best shot. And I thought we played pretty well in the second half. But we're going to have to do it again and again because of the position we're in. But we don't get caught up in all that other crap. We just, we're trying to be our best. We care about competing. We care about representing our team and our organization well. And we care about each other. And that's why you compete.
Abby Chin.
Brad, what was the difference in Daniel Tice in the second half?
I thought he was pretty good all night. Thought he started the game with good energy and defensively. I thought that he was one of our bright spots early, but then I thought, in the second half, he was excellent. We need him to provide what he provides. He was great in the middle of the zone. He caught it twice and scored. He was great there on the glass on both ends. So we need him to be good. We got a lot out of that center position tonight. And that's important.
We'll go back in person, Gary Washburn.
Hey, Brad, after the first half, it looked kind of similar to Game 4. Did you see any differences, or were you just saying, hey, shots aren't going down? What did you feel like at halftime in comparison to Game 4?
Yeah, I thought it was similar. But out of the last 4 halves, our best one was our last one. But I thought first half felt similar to me.
Question in person, Sam Amick.
Brad, I'm wondering the discussion about the bubble and the way it might change competition and maybe make things more possible, like coming back from 3-1. Denver doing what they've done. Where do you fall on that debate? The fan component would be the most obvious.
Yeah, I really haven't spent a lot of time thinking about it, Sam. I think obviously every game is very much a neutral court game, right? So every time you play, you have a great opportunity. But at the same time, so does the other team. So I think it's advantageous to be up 3-1.
Brian Robb.
Brad, 28 points from Jalen. Another night for him, shooting over 50%. Just the the efficiency he's given you guys in this series against really tough defense, how big has that been?
Yeah, really important. I thought he was really good. He made those corner threes there in the fourth. He had great drives. He had a couple great cuts there in the third. I thought he was very good all night.
Jared Weiss.
In the early third quarter, there was a strong commitment to contesting on shots, even when the defenders were far from being in position. And then you got into so much transition offense. How important was committing to making those plays even when they seemed so far out of reach?
Yeah, again, I go back to, I think it was September 26, 2019. It was a year ago. We started practice with this team. That's a huge emphasis for us, not only to stop the ball, but then to fire out and play with multiple efforts and challenge shots. So this is like, all this stuff is just kind of back to the basics. We need to be better again in Game 6.
Final question for Coach Abby Chin. All right, we'll go to Chris Ryan. Final question.
Hey, Brad, just curious as to, the thought process of going bigger tonight with Ennis and also with Tice. As Mona talk about the best five and closing with those individuals, given the Miami's strengths. What went into that?
Well, I would say, first of all, I tried that lineup early in the first half and wasn't a good start for them. Such a small sample size with that lineup, but they really haven't played a ton together, and I think the threat at the rim of a big makes a big difference for our offense and for us. We'll certainly have opportunities to go back to it, but there's not like this obvious answer with big or small. I think Miami does a great job of punishing you when you go small, screening low so you can't switch, stopping their screen short, rebounding against it. And then it's harder to score because Bam doesn't really lose anything guarding a small. He's capable of guarding 1 through 5. So, there's positives and negatives, but our big lineups did a good job tonight.
All right, we'll wrap it up right there. Thanks, Coach.